the only thing the first one was the only thing I didn't really understand. Thank you for clearing that up for me. And that was the only typo I could see, which is phenomenal.
You know how many eyes have seen
I'm
this?
sure.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm happy one more set of eyes caught that. And if people have anything else that's minor editing text like that, they can always email me, or Mr. Roy will change it before we send it out. And obviously before next Wednesday. And next Wednesday is at 5 o'clock.
It's the 20th.
22nd.
22nd.
Next Wednesday. Did you have one more comment?
Yeah, the only comment regarding content, and it's as a result of this discussion. The plan, as I say, I'm looking forward to our approval on the 22nd. I would like, if possible, if we could incorporate as an addendum to the plan some type spreadsheet that indicates the type resources that it will take going forward. I think that would be a good guide for this plan as we review budget situations coming forward. It stands on its own feet as far as policy. However, every policy indicates a cost. We talked about $25,000 to survey. Well, and I'm not giving the project team and superintendent additional assignments at this time of year. However, whether it be for Wednesday or going forward, I would like, certainly as budget season approaches, that we have some indication, as we've done with our district planning, if we can come up with
What it would cost to do this.
the areas where we would count on dedicated resources to make sure that this is in place and working well. So I think
If I may suggest that we do it as part of the budgeting process.
Later. Do it, but maybe a
well,
little
that's
later.
why it may be an addendum down the road, but while we're having public hearing, that seems to be an important part of how. Now that we have the what, the next question is how, and we all know that takes resources.
Thank you.
Can I just ask one specific question?
Sure, absolutely.
Specifically on the policy, one spot that I had question marked, and I guess I'm just looking for clarification, it's the third paragraph right off the bat.
You're talking about the plan or policy?
I'm sorry,
Policy.
the policy, the plan, whatever, the plan,
Which
the
page?
plan.
Which page are you
Different
looking at?
Page 2,
Page 2.
It's
Okay,
plan.
sorry.
Definitely
Plan.
plan. Yep.
sorry.
Okay, sorry, go.
I guess my question is, we're talking about students who may be more apt to be harassed, and then going into creating supportive environment for vulnerable populations in the school committee and in the school community, and provide all students with the skills, knowledge, and strategies to prevent blah 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 blah. Are we not doing that for everybody? Not just. I guess I just want clarification.
We are, however, the plan and the requirements of the regulations that follow from the law do specifically suggest that you have to identify those populations that tend to be more subjected to bullying type behaviors.
Okay.
For example, special education, and that you must make mention of how are you going to deal with those issues. Whenever you have students who are different in whatever shape or form they're different, they tend to be in some ways an easier target, if you will,
Sure.
for bullying. Whether it be, like Mr. Larrabee talked about, the dress. Well, that could be reflecting back to the socioeconomic status of that family. Or it could be language barriers, or it could be ethnicity, could be race. All those protected categories you need to worry about in terms of being targets of bullying. And that's why when you take a look at the policy does speak to protecting those types of groups of students from bullying, from harassment, from those kind of unwanted approaches, if you will. So you do have to have it in there, even though it is a blanket idea that you are going to try to approach everybody with this training, information, curriculum, but you do have to target it in the plan. So that's why we actually have to put it in there.
Okay.
You know, it's one of those, you have to follow the requirements of the plan, even though you may go beyond it.
Okay. So we won't be, obviously, we're not going to be limited to that. Obviously, I knew that, but I just didn't know if by having it be not vague, but it's not vague. I mean, it's specific to those students, but less specific to the regular student population, or the non-specific student population.
We're simply, in that one
Following the
particular
rules.
instance, we're following the rules.
I got it. Okay.
Thank you. Mr. Larry?
One quick comment, Dr. Colley mentioned special ed and bullying, this and that. I have to give a lot of credit to the district, being very involved with special ed programs since pretty much preschool. I have absolutely been very involved with it. This school district is fantastic, I believe, in not bullying kids with special needs. It started way back at the Macumber. You know, having a family member myself in the program and being probably one of the most vulnerable kids in the school district, 0, 0, 0 bullying happening. And I found that to be right from the Macumber, where they teach, you know, they're doing sign language, they're doing a lot of, they're integrated so well down there that by the time 8th grade, I'll use that as an example, comes along, these peer groups have traveled along with each other for so long that I have found absolutely 0 incidents of bullying, at least with special needs. Just wanted to put that out there that there's no black eye at all on our programs.
Can I get a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved.
Second.
All those in